Greetings, young fool. Like this video and subscribe to the channel now. You keep watching videos, but you're not subscribing. Subscribe now! Or witness the firepower of this fully armed and operational YouTube channel. Okay, NOOCH concurs with Emperor Palpatine. Like and subscribe, man. If you're watching videos and you're enjoying them, you're getting subscribe to the channel. What's it gonna hurt you? You're helping a creator out. All right. So today we're going to talk about how to mod your resistance, and I'll be the first to tell you. Generally speaking, I don't use this team on offense a lot. I just kind of dump them on defense, kind of top to bottom. I really throw them on defense for the most part in Grand Arena. They don't get used a lot in Squad Arena. I go out there with Ray and put a bunch of stuff around. You don't usually have a lot of resistance around her in Squad Arena, so I might have a learning experience here along with you. But how do you mod resistance? And this is going to apply to putting them on defense, using them on offense, using them in the Ray event to unlock Ray. So this is just overall, generally, how to mod your resistance. And of course, we start with BB-8. BB-8 is the engine. BB-8 is the spark, the catalyst, the little daring droid that gets everything going. And I think it is the self-preservation protocol. When he takes damage, that's not right. When BB-8 takes damage, it's a 50% chance to gain foresight for 2 turns. Okay. At the start of an encounter, if he's active, droid allies gain 8% turn meter for each active droid ally. So he gains 8% turn meter. If you've got R2 and 3PO in there, you're getting like 24% turn meter for each of them. But that's not actually what I was looking at. This covert data transfer. BB-8 and a random ally who doesn't have it gain the secret intel buff for 3 turns. Then BB-8 gains 8% turn meter for each ally with secret intel. So as he starts to pass this around, he starts gaining all sorts of turn meter, like up to 40% turn meter for if all 5 of them have secret intel. If they're all droids, okay, yeah, that doesn't happen very often. Secret intel plus 25% potency, and when another ally uses a special ability that gains secret intel, then the cooldown of Illuminated Destiny is reduced by 1 for... Imperception. Where is he feeding? BB-8 has 80% counter chance when he attacks out of turn. He calls a random resistance ally to assist. Where is so? Here's what I'm missing. Yeah, Illuminated Destiny dispels all debuffs. So, you want BB-8 as fast as possible. That's what it comes down to. You want him to go first because you want him to take the first turn. He's going to get a lot of extra turn meter there from being a droid, from being resistant. He gets a lot, but you want him to go first. You want him to have as much speed as possible. You can see here that NOOCH has got 147 extra speed on him at 329. Plus, he's going to get an extra 8% turn meter. And if R2 and 3P over there, he gets an extra 24% turn meter. So he's just loading up the turn meter. Now, there's something here because he feeds Ray turn meter, and I'm not getting it. At the start of each encounter, she gains foresight until she evades. When she evades, she recovers 5% health and protection. At the end of her turn, she gains foresight. If she has foresight, Free has critical damage up. Virtuous Protector. When another ally when another resistance ally gains secret intel, Ray gains 8% turn meter. So, that's what's going on. Secret intel. So, BB-8 gives secret intel, and Ray gains 8% turn meter. So what happens with this is BB-8 goes, boom, does the roly, gives secret intel. Ray gains turn meter. Ray goes second. So you want BB-8 with the speed, and you just want as much damage, critical damage, offense damage. You just want as much damage as possible on Jedi Training Ray. 109 speed, so I got some speed on her. You know, she's going to get 8% turn meter. She's not going to get 100% turn meter. You need to have her some speed on there. But 22 max critical damage on here. We got potency, so she can land some of the debuffs, although I think that's automatic. I'm not sure she needs that potency, actually. Is this a potency cross? Yeah, I don't think that's needed, although it is kind of needed to land these exposes. When you score a critical hit, you have a 70% chance to inflict expose for 2 turns. So that's there to land the exposes, because what ends up happening is Jedi Training Ray and BB-8 just take a lot of turns between them. BB-8 feeds feeds her a turn meter. She takes a turn. He gets a lot of turn meter for secret. There's just a lot of turns going on here. A lot of turn meter adjustments. So we could go through all of her abilities. We're going to kind of look at that as we go. But basically, for Ray, you want as much critical damage or offense as possible. And for BB-8, you want as much speed as possible. And I don't think that the target immunity can't get copied, dispelled. Let me look and see if it's going to be critical. So resistance allies have 30% critical chance and 30% critical damage. When they score a critical hit, they gain 10%. All exposed damage. So maybe critical damage would be preferred because you get even more critical damage. But honestly, I think there's been a lot of research done, and the offense and the critical damage kind of level each other out. So either way really would work. Ray, Galactic Legend Ray. NOOCH has her modded for offense. I really like that. In a lot of cases, you may want her to go a little slower. Like if you're doing a mirror match with another Ray, which a lot of you may be doing out there, some maybe more than others, you kind of want her to go second. You want her to get off her ultimate after the other Ray. So the other Ray comes out and hits you and everybody's immune to damage. Then your Ray comes out and just spatters everybody across the galaxy. So maybe you want her a little bit slower. She's got a ton of speed anyway. You can see NOOCH, it's not like I'm lacking speed or an extra 126 speed. But I've got her modded for offense across the board. Offense, health. That health is important. Give her as much survivability as possible. Although I really maybe should look at that. I don't know. I'm not sure. Light attacks allies have mastery, speed, and max health. So she gets more max health, but she kind of gives it away with her lifeblood. She loses 25% health, and so I don't really know where that trade-off is. But you can mod her for speed if you want. You can try some things out, but generally speaking, she's not a big raid. She's not big in the Sith raid, where like Kylo is, and you want him in that raid. You want him to have speed. You just mod her for offense. I think you'd be good with that. Crit damage or offense, you'll be good to go. R2 is all about the speed. Speed and potency, so he lands his flames. I've got him. I think in this case, NOOCH has sacrificed the potency because I don't have a lot of those potency crosses out there. If you take a look at this, if you look at all NOOCH's potency crosses, needs, I don't know if getting needs that, but that's probably got a ton of speed on it, right? Yeah, well, 18 speed's the same speed as this, so I could probably, well, no, it's a speed. I could do a little work and probably swap this out from Gideon. Anyway, Bastily, you want the potency. BB-8, you want the potency because he lands the tenacity down with his basic counterattacks. A lot of potency, guys. I don't know about Wicket, but anyway. But that's only 10 speed. So you see, I've kind of sacrificed that potency to have as much speed as possible on R2. And I've got him at 124 extra speed, 301. You just want to go and you want to stealthing your team with smoke screen. You want to throw in the burning out there. You want him shocking or stunning your opponents. Just get the speed on R2, get him to take turn. We're going to talk about BB-8. 3PO. It's just speed, guys. It is just straight speed. Yeah, you can worry about having some health and protection for survivability. But generally speaking, because he stealths right away, and that is it? Which unique is it? Well, actually, is it here? C3PO goes twice target me. No. Yeah. C3PO gains potency up and stealth for 2 turns, and he and another ally gain translation. So when he uses this, he stealths for 2 turns. And once he's stealth, he kind of stays stealth because you keep using this over and over and over again. So he's going to be stealthed most of the time, and because of that, he's not taking a lot of damage. So really just focus on the speed, and for these, I mean, this is just to get the speed on there. Again, because on these characters where I'm really just focused on speed, I'm not as picky about this stuff. Like crit chance would fit better somewhere else, maybe if you really looked at it. It might fit better on Galactic Legend Ray because when she crits, she did something else. I can't remember. But, health, protection, some extra survivability, just as much speed as I could get on it without sacrificing speed elsewhere. Scavenger Ray, this is all offense, guys. This is all offense. She's just, if you're going to use her, she's your bruiser. Deal physical damage, she gains foresight. But everybody knows she goes in there, she deals twice. With the fit, she can deal damage a 3rd time. If she has positive stats effects, it's a 4th time. And she just crushes opponents. So just get that offense on her, that crit damage whenever. That's what you want her for. And of course, again, as much speed as possible. I only got 73 speed on her, so that's not a lot of speed. Just got mainly the crit damage. This better be crit damage. Yeah, it is. Potency. Again, I don't think I need this potency, but it's the crit damage mod there, and it's only 9 speed, so not going to put out a lot of other characters. And honestly, I really just use her for defense. I don't use her on offense very much, so just get as much damage on her as possible. Okay, this is one I want to look closely at. Because for sure you need speed. For sure you want speed on Resistance Hero Finn. I think the next thing you want is going to be offense. And there's offense, health, protection. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's not survivability, but I think it's offense. You can see NOOCH has only got 109 extra speed on him. Again, because I just don't use him on offense. If you can get a bunch more speed on Resistance Hero Finn, get it on him. Get that speed on him. Get him to take turns. Because of this ability right here, he becomes inspired and deals special damage twice to target enemy. Swap turn meter with another resistance ally. That's that Thrawn bit. If the target is Resistance Hero Poe, he also becomes inspired. This attack has 10% defense and penetration and 5% critical damage for each inspired ally. So he's gaining effects. He's gaining damage and defense penetration for everybody else that's inspired. Inspired means resistance characters gain bonuses when they're inspired. This effect expires after receiving 3 critical hits. If we look down here at not expired, oh my goodness. All resistance allies have 100% counter chance, 50% defense, and 50% tenacity while he is inspired. So you want him to go quickly and get inspired because that gives your whole team counter, defense, tenacity. It's a benefit for the whole team. And while he's inspired, when an ally is prevented from using an ability during their turn, they recover 40% health and protection and gain 40% turn. So if they're stunned, I'm trying to think of what might prevent them from using an ability. Would an ability block, would that count? Not sure. So you need to keep Finn inspired. And here's this rallying call where he dispels debuffs, so he's a dispeller, and everybody get stuff. So tanks, taunt, and grant critical hit immunity. Healers and supports restore 15% health and protection to all allies. So who are our healers and supports? And attackers assist. And here he's attacking and recovers some more health and protection. Who are our healers and supports here? R2 is a support. BB-8's a support. C-3PO's. So if you got these 3 guys in there, now you wouldn't have Poe in this case. But they'd each be healing the rest of your team for 15% health and protection when he does this rallying call ability. So you'd be getting 45% health and protection in that case. But you're going to have Resistance Hero Poe in there again. I believe this is speed with some damage and offense mixed in. I got offense, tenacity, health. I think these are just the mods that are left there. Again, since I put them on defense, I don't really focus on as much speed as I could for these guys. Probably should really dig in and start getting some speed, but there's just a lot of competing priorities right now. Optic Onslaught. Deals special damage to target enemy and inflict daze and stagger for 2 turns. If he's inspired, he also inflicts 3 dots for 1 turn. Here's his unique. If all of his allies are light side, enemies lose 5% protection whenever they lose a debuff. So if you got that Palpatine train going, they're losing, and that's not right. I don't know what they're talking about. When inspired allies deal damage to an enemy, they deal bonus damage equal to 10% of the target's max health. So another reason why you want him in there with Resistance Hero Finn, because they're both positively impacting inspired allies. If an enemy critically hits an inspired ally, all buffs are dispelled from that enemy at the end of the turn. If he's inspired when he uses a special ability, he can inspire another target resistance ally. So you target somebody else, you spread the inspire. The inspire spreads around. Blaster Bravado. Deal special damage and stun them. If he's inspired, dispel all debuffs, all buffs on them, and inflict buff immunity. So this might be better off as a potency, but again, I just showed you I'm kind of lacking in this. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Did I have... It's not potency. Potency. Let's sort it by speed. Let's see if we got a speed potency cross. That's a nice one. I put that on there just for speed on him. We're not taking off old Ben's potency. We lose some speed there, but I could slice this and see what happens, right? No. I don't think now I'm going to waste any more slicing. Yeah, I mean, I could put this here. I don't think he's got a lot of use for potency. Sure. let's go ahead and assign it. There we go. We got the potency on Poe. Confirm. Not going to slice that one. And then we'll have to go to our... I'll go back later and add that mod. I got to remember to do that. So just get him going with as much speed and offense as you can possibly get on Resistance Hero Poe. Him and Finn are going to work together to really get some stuff done. Chewbacca. It's all about offense. Offense, crit damage, whatever. But let's look at his abilities. Physical damage and inflict daze. Deal physical damage, dispel all buffs on them and stun them for 1 turn. Inflict speed down on all enemies for 2 turns. That's a really nice ability he's got there. Chewbacca has 25% critical chance and 50% plus 50% health steal. When Han, Veteran Smuggler Han, or a Resistance ally in the leader slot takes damage, he gains 20% critical damage until he scores a critical hit. So he's just going to be stacking a lot of critical damage. So when Han Solo, Resistance ally in the leader slot is defeated, he gains 100% turn meters. Cooldowns are reset. He takes additional turn after his next turn. Let the Wookiee win. At the start of each enemy turn, Chewbacca gains 12% offense until he uses 2 abilities. So, boy, you just want as much offense and critical damage on him. So that's what NOOCH has got. Really could use an offense mod down here. If I have offense up here, I don't think I've got a really great alternative for offense in that slot. Let's look though. Let's see what we got here. Offense, 4 speed, 10. Although, you know, the less speed you've got on him, the more damage he's going to do when he takes a turn. But you're also missing out on that stun and the speed down. I don't think I'm comfortable taking that off of there. I like this crit damage. Do I have an offense mod I can flop over to him here? I don't think so. These guys all need these right here. And that's kind of the trade-off we're giving. Maybe if we were looking creatively, we could do an offense mod here. Ugh. Yeah, I'll have to look at this later. But ideally, if I can get some offense primary down here instead of a... what did I have? I mean, potency allows him to land more stuns. But if I could find that offense, that would look really good there. And I could put an offense up here. Swap it out with... Although that potency on our boy Echo allows him to stun droids. I don't know. I'm going to look at that later. I feel like there's some maneuvering I could do there to get more offense on Chewie even. And then when he's sitting on defense and not taking turns, he's building it up. So Han is the same thing. Physical damage, 50% chance to attack again. We love Han attacking again and counterattacking, right? Doubled if the target is debuffed. So if they're debuffed, he's going to hit twice. He inflicts stagger for 2 turns when he attacks again. Can I try that? Physical damage to all enemies stun. Again, same as Chewie. Except he does AoE damage and stuns the primary target and ability block on everybody. He has critical chance and health steal. Same thing as Chewie. When they take damage, he gains 20%. This is the same exact thing. Same exact thing as Chewie on there. So again, you just want critical damage and offense on him. When an enemy gains a buff, he gains 25% counter chance until the end of his next turn. When he gains a buff, he gains 50% defense. So defense actually could look pretty good on here too, to get as much defense as possible. When Han gains any stats effect, he gains 50 armor penetration. So he's really doing pretty well here. Crit damage, offense, and protection. I got a couple of defense mods in there along with this crit damage. That makes sense. You just want as much offense on him. Speed is not as important for Han and Chewie because of all the benefits they get from waiting. You know, gaining critical damage while people in the leader slots or Chewbacca are taking damage. If they can stack that up and just deal one big giant smack on somebody, that's kind of nice. Poe, speed, and more speed and speed. I don't have him modded with amazing speed because really this was an early game character. Poe was used a lot before we got the Resistance heroes and even way before that as a leader. Because if you could get him out, there were teams, I don't remember if it was in raids or territory battles or wherever, but if he got out in front as the leader, so he gives everybody 30% offense and 15% potency. But when he runs this Resistance bravado, he taunts for 2 turns, removes 25% turn meter from every enemy, and has a 65% chance to also expose them and inflict. So, is this potency? NOOCH, yes. So when he was running out ahead, he'd go first. Well, you always wanted Poe to go first if possible. And he'd pop off, get like 3 exposes out there on the enemy team. He'd reduce return meters by 25%, and then your team was off and running. I feel like this was even in effect before BB-8 was out. So we're talking a long time ago when people were using Poe. Now, I have found that in Grand Arena, a Poe lead with the veterans, with Han and Chewie, Vet Han and Chewie, is a pretty good little banner stealer. You don't think about it, but since Han and Chewie are stacking up damage, because if there's only 3 of them, they're going to be stacking damage. Every time somebody takes damage, they stack. You know, because it's always a leader, or it's Han, or it's Chewie. So when they take a turn, they're just going to be doing a lot of damage. So Poe with the vets is a pretty good little banner stealer. You're probably not going to get any wins out of it, but you're going to strip off some protection and maybe some health while you're doing it. So that can be a real benefit on defense in Grand Arena. OG Finn, the original Finn. This Zeta. They changed it along the way. I can't remember what it was now. I feel like it was, if an enemy is damaged by a resistance ally for each exposed in them, that enemy loses 5% turn meter for each resistance ally. If an enemy is damaged by each exposed, they lose 5% turn meter for each. All resistance allies gain 3% turn meter for each resistance ally. So he's given a lot of extra, and I use him on the leader slot a lot. I'm just not sure I use him with a lot of characters that give exposes. So I don't think I've ever cashed in on that. It was a different Zeta before, and I can't remember why they changed it. It's been a while. It's been a couple of years, I feel like. So Finn is a taunter, a healer, and a stacking damage dealer. So he's got a lot going on. So here you see when he uses this, everybody recovers 20% health and protection. He gains advantage defense up and determination for 2 turns. Determination. Whenever another resistance ally falls below 50% health, it expires and he taunts for 2 turns. And yeah, so blah, blah, blah. And when it expires, he gains retribution. Takedown. Deal physical damage to target and may expose them for 2 turns. And stun them for 1 turn. This attack deals 50% more damage for each time the target has been struck by it. So this attack stacks. And one place this is really good is in a tier 1 of the heroic Sith raid. You get Jedi Training Ray with R2, BB-8, 3PO, and Finn in there, and you just use this ability as much as possible. He's stacking up to like 300,000 damage by the time you max it out. Really doing some damage. And Crackshot, just dealing more damage. So really, it's kind of a mix. You do want the crit damage, health, protection. You just want it kind of all on him as much as possible, but the crit damage is the most important thing. There you can see NOOCH has got the crit damage. Not a lot of speed. 15 speed, 12 speed, health, tenacity, trying to keep him from getting stunned. You could go with a potency here too, because he also has a stun on this takedown. Expose them for 2 turns and stun them for 1 turn. So you could have a potency there on the cross. I think that the tenacity was just what NOOCH had left as far as crit damage crosses. When you get down to the teams you're putting on defense, or maybe the secondary teams that you're using, and resistance for NOOCH are kind of a secondary. I like them, but they're secondary. You end up like sacrificing, like I might have that potency cross potency crit damage. Let's see where NOOCH has those placed. Darth Vader where we need it. Jedi Training Ray, and I'm not sure I need that. Maybe we switched that out. 15 speed. She doesn't really need tenacity though either, and I mean her potency, she lands maybe more of those debuffs when she does her turn meter reduction. There's potency. That's just there for crit damage. Let's take a look at her kit again here. No, I'm not gonna move it yet. Let's take a look here again. Would she benefit from tenacity? Because the thing is, at the start of each encounter, when she evades, she recovers. At the end of her turn, she gains Foresight until she evades. If she has Foresight, she gains critical damage up. If she had critical damage up, she gains offense up. That's not what I was looking for. Fortress Protector. When another ally... Where is this here? Where is this? Does NOOCH not have... I don't have this. When she suffers a debuff, she has a 40% chance to dispel all debuffs on herself. That's like built-in tenacity, but I don't have it. So let's get it. There you go. Right there. A 4-year-old Zeta that NOOCH just activated on Jedi Training Ray. Booyah! Congratulations, granddaughter. Come to the dark side with your extra Zeta that should have been done 4 years ago. Oh, well, that hurt. I never, for a while, Ray was in the meta. It was actually a short period of time. It was like 3-4 months when she first came out. And I'd never used her in that position, so I never got that Zeta. But you just watched it right here. So she's already got built-in tenacity, right? Mind Trick. Dispel all buffs, that's automatic. Target enemy inflict ability block, daze, offense down, and speed down. So that's where the potency comes in. For each debuff inflicted, remove 10% turn meter. Yeah, we're not moving that. The potency staying. So I want to inflict as many of these as possible to remove as much turn meter as possible. For each debuff resisted. Now, hang on a second. For each debuff resisted, remove 20% turn meter. So it might be, I mean, the turn meter reduction is more, I think, let's do this. Let's do this. Hang on, let me look at the, I don't think there's anything else here. This is just an inflict healing immunity that can't be copied, dispelled, or, yeah, that's automatic. Target other resistance ally, dispel their debuffs, and deal famous resonate. So I will be sacrificing her ability to this 70% chance to land exposes. I gotta weigh this out. Now, generally for me, I'm using Jedi Training Ray in the Sith raid on that first level. Yeah, I can solo it with Kylo Ren, but in NOOCH's guild, I'm trying to leave some room for other people to have fun and play the raid, right? Let's just switch it up. Why not? You know what, guys? Let's switch it up. Where are you, Finn? Way down there. Is it? Do I have this? No. And there we go. So we're going to add some more tenacity to our lady here. She's never going to get a debuff. Okay. And then when she does, she'll just dispel it. Then let's go ahead and put that potency on Finn so he does a little more stunning. No idea if this is a good move, but he also lands exposes too. So, hey, 6 of one, half dozen of another. Make her super tenacious and make him extra potent. And there you go. Alright. Fun with mods. Resistance Trooper. I got speed on him. That is not the right mod set. Absolutely not. Because of this. He has 10% potency and gains 55% turn meter when an enemy who is not exposed becomes exposed. So every time a resistance teammate or anybody or him lands and exposed, he gains 55% turn meter. There's no reason for speed on this guy. I should just have him with critical damage or offense. So I only want to look at unassigned stuff. Let's see what we got here for these. I don't think I've got a lot of these available that have much speed on, but then I'm not concerned about speed, right? 1, 2. Okay. Alright, we're gonna do this right now. Offense. There's some offense. Look at this, guys. NOOCH is learning right here. I think we're just gonna go for the critical damage. Did I have offense on any of these? No. There we go. Critical damage. Remove. Okay. Oh, look at these boys. Well, I saw this one with crit damage on here. Although I got some offense ones too. Offense, if there's extra offense, no. Crit damage, crit chance. We like that. There we go. That was crit damage, right? Okay. We have some offense down here? No. What about over here? Well, we're not going to have offense here. Let's look for some offense. There's a 35 offense. 1.11%. I think that's going to be more than 35. And it'll probably be about 75 offense. 99 offense. Let's try this 1.11% and see what we get. Damage 5906. That's not 99, is it? So we're going to put... Oh, 99 is an offense mod. Still not 75. Potency, defense, speed. Let's... Yeah, just as much offense as possible. Okay, now... Well, look at this, guys. NOOCH is... Let's see what we can get here. See if we can grab some speed on one of these. I mean, you want some speed on there. You don't want, like, 0 speed. That's not going to have any speed. I mean, I guess I could go with 0 speed. That's not ideal. This is it. Look at this. Look at this. We're redoing mods as we speak. How do you mod resistance? NOOCH doesn't even know. There's offense. Let's get that bad boy up. We're going to... Oh, look at that extra. Let's get some more offense. Oh, let's get some more offense. Oh! The force is strong with this one. I'm not going to spend that. That was awesome. You don't get to do that every day, boys and girls. I mean, come on. All right, so let's get off of there. Let's just get him... that's not the right filters I took off. Let's even get him a crit chance on here. I don't have many of these at all. 96 offense on that bad boy. Let's slice it. Ah. And I got a crit chance down here. Ooh, there's an offense one. Let's see if we can get that one. Come on, give me just a little bit of speed or a bunch of offense again. I'm going to keep going. Let's try it again. Give me the offense! Ah! I'm putting this on there anyway. There we go. This is a much better character right now. I just improved this character. Oodles. Because he's going to gain turn meter with all the exposes. Look at that. I increase his damage by 550. Special damage by, I don't know, close to 500, 480. Crit damage went up. Yeah, this guy is much better now. By golly. Okay. Offense and crit damage. Resistance pilot. I don't even know what to tell you here. Get big enough mods that will help him be a benefit as a fleet member. Yeah, I'll never use this anyway. See this. Here's an example. This is a 5-dot mod, gold, fully upgraded. It's a crit avoidance, crit damage, 6 speed. I'm never going to use that anywhere. So I'm putting it on this guy. I never use him for anything. I don't put him on anywhere. I'm gonna sort these by speed and use like the lowest speed. I'm gonna use a mod that I would never use anywhere in this slot. No speed here. Let's see if I got one that I've already upgraded with. I need a lot of offense. Let's go ahead and upgrade this bad boy, because I do use this guy with my my Radis fleet. So this is, you know, you want to get something in there. So when you want to upgrade a fleet member in general, but you don't really use them as a character, defense, potency, 7 speed, that's a pretty good one to assign. Then you want to get as big, you want the mods on them to be as big as possible to give them the most benefit out of that. That's all you need to give them the most benefit as a fleet member, and on their ship is big old mods. And I got a lot of mods to upgrade on this account here, guys. I've been neglecting these mods. Okay, and then let's... I don't know if it matters if the face thing matches up, the health, defense, whatever. Okay, so there we go. Just to get those, I'm definitely not slicing those mods on this guy. He's a turd. She's a turd. Sorry, can I say that? Am I allowed? Yeah, she's definitely a she. And the only reason I know that, because it could be a skinny dude, is because there was an event a long time ago where we were just using the ladies. I don't remember what it was. This is probably 5 years ago, where you could only use the ladies, and she was one of them to use them at the time. You know, she was actually a fairly upgraded character for NOOCH, so we used her. Rose! Don't mod Rose. don't use Rose. Rose sucks. If you put mods on Rose, I guess you can put her, I don't know. It just adds galactic power to your team for no reason. And there you go, guys. That is how you mod your resistance team. Hopefully this helped you in your endeavors. And yeah, these mods apply to everything. I don't think you don't really have to switch them up for the Galactic Legend Ray event. You don't really have to switch them up for that either. These mods apply and they work. So get those on there. Get your BB-8 as fast as possible. That's your main thing. Get your Jedi Training Ray with a bunch of offense, and the other ones have a little bit of flexibility. We didn't even see Holdo. What happened with Holdo? You want to have as much health and protection. Foresight expires. They gain health. Inflict defense down. They recover 40% health and 20% protection. And when they lose Foresight, she gains Taunt and recovers 10% health. And she doesn't have Taunt. I mean, just get as much health on her and protection as possible. Defense, tenacity. That's I don't like that. Let's do this. Let's. That's why I'm doing that, because I got her on the capital ship, so I want a gold mod on there for sure. I mean, tenacity's help. I don't want to switch it. Can I get some other gold mods on here though? I do like the idea of having health on her. I will sacrifice some speed there, but she really, she's not exactly, let's go ahead and just give her some extra mods here. This will help our capital ship. There's protection and defense, so we'll get that in. Get a little more speed. We're going to need another, I got to get, I'm going to need another defense mod here. Sure. Let's look here first. Oh, we want that. And then, ooh. No speed, no speed. Yeah, well, I'm sticking with this one then, I guess. Max out these bonuses. So there you go. Just change the number. I don't know how I must have skipped over Holdo accidentally there. Glad I took a look and found out. There you go. That's how you mod your resistance. Hopefully this helps you. Guys, thanks for watching. And always remember, what is up with that? What is Nooch Too Good doing down in the corner? Nooch Too Good. Okay, so Nooch is here. Wait, hang on. I gotta redo this. This is all messed up.